Just off Lakeshore Drive, nestled next to Lake Michigan, that's where you find historic Soldier Field in the great city of Chicago, Illinois. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we as the Bears get set to match up with the New York Giants. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and he'll return it to the 24-yard line. I'm not sure exactly what they had planned for play number one from scrimmage, but I can guarantee it wasn't that interception.
No doubt about that one, because in their daydream, this was going to be a dream play to get things started. Instead, it turned into a nightmare for them.
Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ready. 15, 1, 15 minutes. No such thing as a loss. We take a win. Check, cross, get it.
Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 8 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals. All right, number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Hey, Wood.
Trubisky will throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Saquon Barkley running right. He's got a first down past the 30. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, 83 yards. And the Giants strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off near the 44. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Ha-ha, Clinton Dix there for the stop. From the 41, Jones. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Ha-Ha Clinton Dix with a pick. Edelman, the intended receiver that time. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
They run with David Montgomery, the 3rd-round pick from Iowa State. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Dancing to his left. And he completes it to Cohen.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Give them a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Here's Trubisky to throw. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it. And occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. From midfield now, here's Trubisky. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Trubisky now, 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. Now Trubisky to Cohen out of the backfield. And he's taken down inside the 30. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 22. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Barkley unable to get away on the first down run as he'll be stopped for a loss of a couple. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Dirty base.
Check it back, check it back. Safe.
Hit it.
On second down, here's Barkley. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Throwing here, Trubisky. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
180. 29 is Mike. Mike 29.
Hey, alert. 18.
He's coming.
Hey, foxtrot. Hey, 18, get up.
From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky. And the throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Back to throw. Knight. And he's got Snead. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Pass from Trubisky taken in by Gabriel. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Get it.
Operating from the gun. Knight being chased out left. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Throwing again. Knight stepping up. He's going to keep it. And avoids the contact by sliding. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. The Bears on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Bears on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Knight. That is caught by Cullen. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a first. A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Looking to throw, Knight. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. On 2nd down now, it's Montgomery. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. David Montgomery with touchdown number 8 on the year. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Point after up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Barkley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. That's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back. Part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. Gallman will run it, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. On 3rd down, Barkley. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. And Rosas puts this one through. Remember, with Rosas, there was some speculation last year in the preseason that he might not hold on to his job with the Giants.
But he certainly answered the challenge, didn't he? 32 of 33 during the regular season, 97% that is, and was named to the NFC Pro Bowl team. And by the way, at 6'3", 234, he can bench press your kicker.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert!
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Here's Jones on third down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Leonard Floyd gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also fourth down now. Here's Riley Dixon now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. It's fielded at the 45. 35 yards that time on the punt, and it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over first and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Operating from the gun, Knight. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward. This quarterback now 4 of 5 since coming on. It's first and 10. From the gun, Knight. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. 3 receivers head out right, 1 to the left on second and 3. Second and 3. That's complete, right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually... And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. David Montgomery, his second touchdown of the afternoon, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. The extra point up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys... Set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Got it.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Shift! Watch the shift! Watch it!
They'll go to Barkley again. He'll have a first down past the 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Let's go.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They run with Barkley on first down, and he gets about 5 out of it. Clinton Dix, the former Packer, in on the tackle.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
It's on field. It's on field.
Now the Purdue man, this is Akeem Hunt. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Throwing, Jones. Going to take a shot for Gallup, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they were
under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Come on, fellas.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Hey, rock it. 3, check 3. Let's go.
Now a give, right side. Barkley, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Come on, set. 8, read.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Hurry.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Let's get out the field, defense.
Go.
Banjo.
Hey, 58 is a mic. Go 58. Hey, Delta. On the ball.
Now Jones operating from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Fielded at the 33. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. And they don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time, and it's 3rd and short. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you'd set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range, and guess what? They've got a shot.
On first down, Knight. And this is Gabriel on the catch. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, Knight. And that is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Back to throw. Knight. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Now Saquon Barkley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Check, 6 guys. Check, 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 check. Kill, kill, kill. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Fire.
Now a give, right side, Barkley. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further as they get him down well short of the line to gain. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Lorenzo Carter in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
No timeout. You got to go quick here.
They'll look to throw. Finding Gabriel complete. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Well, I'm no coach, but there's just not time right now for throws that short.
Yeah, sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. As Coach Madden liked to say, sometimes you have to take what you want.
Buying time to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Go! Bravo! Hey, lock it! Shoot!
He's back to throw. This is Gabriel out on the left side. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. This will be from 53 for the win. And his kick is no good. Oh, by the slimmest of margins, he missed it wide to the left. Well, befitting a tight game like this, it all came down to the wire. But in the end, the field goal to win, it goes begging.
Oh, man, that is a tough way to lose a football game. You put yourself in position, and you give yourself a chance. But it's just not meant to be.
So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And I tell you, this was a fun one, just a close